Hello and welcome, and I have now just completed the non-fancy stage of the program. It's done. The data's done, the results are shown, and this is for trading markets, and this is real results. I'm trying to determine how do I want to trade in low volatility, high volatility, medium, and so on. What I've done is I've taken real data. This is from XBY. And I got the high, and I did this with the spreadsheet. I showed this in the last video, but I copied and pasted the information from a spreadsheet. It's a little old, it's a few months old, but that's really not the point, of course. It's getting this to work, and then I'm going to be putting in many other different ones later on. So what I would do is I would just cut the data like this out, paste the new one, run the program, and really change one number in the code. And that's it. Okay. So there's the high. I need the high, the low, and the close. I don't care about the open. So I put all those levels in for each day. I'm going to explain the program. It's small. The language, there's not much to do here. I mean, the program starts here and ends here. That's it. So how does it work? Well, text window clear, start the program. This is in here so that when the program is over, I can quickly just push any button and it just goes to here. Text window right, enter small sell order. So for these, I'm asking the questions to enter what your smallest sell order is, because you're going to play the game like this. You're going to have two orders in for sells, two orders in for buys, your base one, and a large one in case it goes down there. And then it reads the number. It starts you off at -1 Bitcoin because you're going to start off buying 1 Bitcoin worth of the coin, and it does it by taking the last close or the first close. So ownership equals 1 divided by close /1, the first row, multiply this. So I'm using 0.2% rate within this one. Multiply 0.998. Sometimes I'll have to do the 1.002 in situations as well. So in here, I've got to calculate the orders. So what I'm writing in here is, and you'll see it on the screen when I run it, and I'll just quickly run right now. But it's going to calculate the orders. So it's going to be sell order low is equal to the close of the first one, multiply small sell. The large sell would be the sell order high, and then you can see the same thing with small buy and large buy. So as I run the program, I enter the small sell order. And this is in decimal base. So let's just put a small one in then. Let's just say 10%. So I put 1.1 in. So that means if the market goes up 10% from where I last traded, that's where the sell order would be. And then another one, say 1.5. That means from the last trade, if it goes up 50%, I'll put a sell order in. And I'm also using this situation where everything's always worth one base unit, 1 Bitcoin. So after every trade is done, the altcoin would be worth 1 unit. So buy order, this is going to be 0 point. So if the market is worth, say, 91% of its value or goes down 9%, that's what I'm going to put in here. And then let's just say it's a situation where it goes down, say, 67. Well, that's equivalency to 1.5. So that's all I got, 7.25. You would have gained, you'd be up 7.25 Bitcoin right now by doing that. So the whole purpose of me doing this is, okay, let's put in a larger number, say 1.25. And let's go this to say 1.8. So if I'm the equivalency of 125 down, I can go 0.8. And then say in an order maybe 0.55 or 0.534. And I can see that's a lower number. I would have only gained 6.2 amongst it. But then even look at different things like, okay, well, let's use the same thing I did before. But what happens if I buy on a high or low rate? Meaning that instead of 0.8, I'm going to put 8.3 in, say, and this will go up to, say, 0.6. Does that go higher than 6.2? And it does a little bit, but still lower than the first. I can see, well, how about if I go like this? 0. Let's just say 8.5 now and 0.63. And it's lower. And this is it's only like a few hundred samples, just one. You're trying to get the general example, and then you could just do stuff like say, let's say 1 point. Well, let's just do like 0.6, a very small one, and 1.33 here, say maybe 0.95, 0.7, and we're just getting the same numbers most of the point through. So I'm going to go through a lot of these different ones, but more importantly, again, I'm going to look at a whole bunch of different markets. So if there's one that you're curious about, it's important. It's got to be around for a long time. It's got to be a market that was around for at least the summer of 2017, minimum, or longer. Any of those codes I will most certainly take a look at. One other thing too is when you talk about small selling short term like the 6%, the one thing that you're not going to get in the spreadsheet is intraday moves, because sometimes you can see a market go up to 500, down to say 460, up to 490, down, and then just keep on swinging back and forth, and you're going to get more orders traded. So this is not going to be a more relevant, accurate stat. But ones like the 12518, and so more so, depending on how much you trade on those amazing days, of course, when they go upward or have amazing volatility. So continuing with the program. For the loop is equal 2 to 551. For the first day, I'm only caring about the close, and that's what I'm taking, so I'm using 2. And what I'll have to do is every single time I put a new code in, I'm just going to put the new number in. So say I put dash in and I got 1,487. Well, I'll change this number to 1,487, manually push the run button, and I'm done. So this is how the program runs. So it's going to run this loop 550 times. So how this works in computer language is it's going to start at 2, run everything until the end 4, and do it again. Then it's going to do it at 3, and it's going to keep on doing it until the 551st cycle is done. So now I'm going to ask the question, if high, and what this means is it's going to say bracket the loop. So whatever number the loop happens to be is what it does. So if high 2, so high slash 2 is, say, if that's what the loop is, and that's what it'd be, which is this one here. So if 0.50264 happens to equal the, or be, let's go back to it, has to be greater than the sell order. That means the highest price managed to get above what you had it on. That means you're going to trade it. So selling is equal to small sell minus 1. So if you put in, say, 1.2, that means that you're going to sell 0.2 worth of it. So 0.2, so small sell minus 1 is, so say 0.2. And then you divide it by the small sale. And this is, I wonder if I should change this now. Because really what it is, it's an easy fix. Because it's always going to be small cell minus 1. So small cell would be like 1.1 minus 1, that's 0.1. Actually, I'm not even using selling in here. This was something, and this is odd because I remember when I was first writing the program, it wasn't working at first. So ownership is equal to ownership minus selling. Actually, I do use it. Okay. So therefore, I'm going to take instead small cell minus 1, and we're going to divide this by sell order low, because that would be like what the number is. So say if it's again 0.1, if small sell is 1.2, that would be 0.2 divided by the sell order. So you're selling 0.2 Bitcoin worth, and you are, because those numbers could be all so wrong now, but so 0.2 divided by the sell order, and within the rake you're going to be having to sell more, so we'll multiply this by 1.002. So I'll copy this and paste it in here. Now this is for the high one. So in this one is the one that's interesting, because you would have already sold some, but it's not going to be worth what you put in. Because say you put in 1.2, 1.6, your portfolio is going to be worth like 1.4. However, if I write it in a way, so from that point on I want to sell that much more, it would work. So I'm going to do this. Selling is equal to large sell but now my buy order is going to be screwing up now. Good thing I've saved this from before. So then if I know I'm selling if the price hits that buy order level, and I already know what that buy order number is with buy order high, or sell order high rather. So therefore, what I would need to do is find out what my ownership is worth. So what is it worth equals, I've already calculated my ownership, so I'll do ownership multiply sell order high, and that's what it's worth. Okay. So therefore, now I know what I would have. So what I'm selling is my ownership minus 1. Because at this point, it would be like, say I put 1.2, 1.7, and well, now it's going to be like 1.5. So that's going to be 1.5 minus 1, which would make it 0.5. So what is worth minus 1? Divided by sell order load, multiply 1.02. Yes, okay, so that should be fixed, which I'm going to have to fix this on the buy end as well. If I want to definitely read this more carefully now. If low, the loop, is less than the buy order, then buying equals 1 minus small buy. So minus 0.9, that makes it 0.1. So 1 divided by buy order multiply 0.998. Because of the rake, you're paying less. Ownership, so this is all fine and dandy. So I'm going to probably want to do the exact same sort of thing that I did with the buy order high. So let's go in here, and what it is worth is equal to, well, if I just copy and paste it, it would have been the same, but not really, ownership multiply buy order high. So at that point, if say it goes down to say that number that I stated, so say my buy order was 300 or whatever, then I'm going to take, I'm going to know I own so many coins, because I obviously have less coins from the last sale. So I want to make sure that's in order. So therefore, that would work out. I know what I got. I know what it's worth. So buying is equal to 1 minus what it is worth. divided by buy order high, multiply 998. That looks fine. Ownership equals ownership plus buying, so that means I'm buying my code. Bitcoin is equal to 1 minus no, it's not equal to that. Okay, let's put a new formula in. So what did it worth? Yeah, that's easy. So I don't even is equal to 1 or yeah, so Bitcoin is equal to Bitcoin minus 1 minus what it is worth. So again, when this was worth, say, and let's say it was worth 0.8. No, it would be, yeah, what it is worth for my buy order. So at the buy order, if it was worth, say, 0.8, then it would be 0.2. So I would have to lose 2 Bitcoin. So as far as the last one was concerned, and that's the same thing. I mean, yeah, because 1 is equal to 1 minus small buy. But in this case, it's not, of course. Or well, yeah, because anyway. Okay, I'm just confused. I'm pretty sure this is right, but I'm thinking there's something in the back of my mind that it's not. If current level is greater than the small sale. Okay, this is important one right here. Okay. So anyway, after this is all done, and by the way, yeah, this would what it is worth is equal to the ownership, how many you own, multiply by order high. Okay. So in this one in here, this is the final one. So after you have those orders in, you're going to see what you still have. There's going to be spots where maybe both a buy and a sell comes in, and that's going to make your interesting portfolio you have to adjust towards too. And it could even be a spot where, say for example, you have a sell at 1.1, again at 1.5. Well, if it triples, you're going to sell it at that final price, and this is what this next level is going to do. And you also got the situation of what happens if, say, you had a sell order hit at 500, but the market closes. Say it opens at 400, closes at 500, it comes back to 400. This is just going to let you determine if you're going to buy or sell at the end of the day. So current level equals ownership. So how many coins you own. We already bought and sold all these orders, so they're already in your portfolio. Multiply the close, and then over to the loop. So whatever the closing price is. So now you know what happens if it's high or low. Well, if current level is greater than the small sale, which means that would be, say, 1.1. Well, if this is up to like 1.15, then you're going to want to sell. So you're going to selling equals current level minus 1. BTC equals BTC plus selling, and then doing the same thing. And this for the buy. And then at the end of all this, I calculate what my buy orders are going to be, which is on the last trade. And at the end of everything, I got last trade equals close for the loop, so I always know what the last trade is. And then this way, going into every new day, I can have the sessions in. N4 means that's the end of that loop, so it goes to number 3, then number 4. And then this is where I just write how many Bitcoins it's worth and then go to the program. So let's just run it again and see what kind of numbers can come up. So it all seems to be looking pretty good anyway. So we change this, say 1.2 to 1.8, 0.83 to maybe even go maybe a bit higher, 0.65, doing much worse. 1.14, 1.33 or 38. Then maybe, and then 114 if I'm buying back, that's like maybe 87, and then maybe 71. And that would work good. That was 11. That's a nice one. Let's see if we. I was on a more shorter term sale at 14%. See if I go like 114 and 16, it got much lower. So I really did need those other sell orders in place. So let's just try this again. Let's go 116 and say 13 even, using the same buy numbers. And so you can read the bottom of the screen. It's 14. Wow, that's nice. How about say 1.1, 1.25, and then we'll do 0.91 and 0.82, 12. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And then of course, when you're doing shorter term trading, you're going to probably do better than this, given the fact that if you're short term trading, you got to be at there many different times during the day. Or at least check your order several times a day, 2, 3, 4 at least. Okay, so let's do this even further. Let's go 108, say 122. And let's do 0. Well, if we're doing 108, let's do 19925. And on the 122, we could do like say 0. Let's just do 8 again and see. I mean, these are much bigger numbers. So if I go like say 1.3, and that's all I'm trying to sell for 30% moves. And then here I'm like, well, let's just go for like double. And then other codes are going to be different. That's why I want to check like 40, 50 codes even. That's why if you got any ideas, I'll be looking forward to hearing them. So small buy, if I'm doing 30% down, it's you got to think about 25% down. So 7.5 is a 25% down. And if you're doing better than double, maybe half off, even 4. And that's 5. I mean, this is clearly telling me that shorter term trading is better than long term trading, at least within this particular market. If this is continuing with the short term numbers, 106, maybe 12, or even that's something else I want to try if this is working. So let's just do 9.475 and 0.822. 13 again. So we're in that 13 range. And if this is working, let's just even bring it down a bit more. Let's just say something like that. That's at 12. So let's work with that 106 number. And now with 1.2, let's increase that to like 4.4. Because if it goes big, you want the good gains. Let's keep the 9.475 into buy. And let's just put even lower sell, say 7.22. We were at 13.15. That brings it to 6. I mean, might want to do more programs. Sell it every time it reaches 6%. Sell, 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 sell kind of deal. Okay, well, I'm done looking at this because I got some pretty good numbers that I wanted to look at. But there's going to be a lot of work left to do because what I need to do is, and I got a lot of data as it is already, but I need to go to, and I got a lot of spreadsheets open. Which one did I use to do it last? This one here. So what I have on this is the prices that I copied and pasted from this spreadsheet. This is what I got from what was the website called again? It's cryptocompare.com. Yeah, cryptocompare.com. So I took the data from here and then I copied and pasted it here. So this is the close, the high, the low, and the open. I started when the price just started moving at a decent number. So close 1 equals, so what I do in column H, I wrote, well, I only did this once, and I just change this every time. But I wrote close, and then the number here, and copied and pasted all the way down. Put the 1 here, and each one below is equal to the previous level plus 1. And then the right colon and equals to finish off what I'm going to need. And then the column before that is the prices. And what I did was make sure that I took it out of this level so that when I copy and paste, it's actually real numbers. So I had to change this to 8 decimals, really simple. And then I just copy and paste all of this, or copy this here, paste it into small basic, and it's good to go. So then I'll do the high, so change this, paste it down. Change the formula to where the high is, paste it down, and then do the same thing with the low. So I'll have to do that with the coins. So I can go into other coins like, say, and I'm going to open another spreadsheet, like, say, ZCL. And here and I have to check the highs and lows to make sure they're valid, because without such, that means those could be free orders that because there's some iffy ones that I've seen before, especially on the earlier days. Because when we look at like 2016, especially like 15, 16, but within this I got 733 days in here, and I got, like, when you include stuff like that, like Dash, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin especially, there is a lot more days, and I'll see how those ones do, because crypto markets move in a way that's not random, and these are real historical results. So when I did the first one, I was just moving just random numbers again. All right then, so thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye. And I got to close the program with all these spreadsheets open. Not going to be easy. Now we can do it.